Are these gadgets that I bought from Amazon worth what I paid for them? Hi everybody, and welcome to Fun to Know with Carol. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Carol, and each week we're here on Tuesdays to help you connect with your curiosity for folks who love to learn. And this week's video, we're doing some product reviews. You probably have seen those ads, the 25 coolest gadgets for 2022 or something along those lines. So I decided at the beginning of the year I would just order some of those, and the ones that were less than $10 each because I don't have unlimited funds. And so I've been collecting boxes and packages for the last few days. What I'm going to do is just take them out and show them quickly to you today. I'm going to use them for a week, and then we'll come back and decide, is this worth keeping or not? So I'm a little bit conflicted here, because actually I'm a lot conflicted, because if you remember from one of my holiday videos, I talked about shopping local, and obviously this is not local. And so shopping on Amazon, although it has lots and lots of convenience to it, I think in order to be a bit more authentic, I need to be doing more shopping locally, less shopping on Amazon. But this deed is already done, so we're going to go ahead and talk about these small things and see if they're worth keeping or not. Let's start with the first package. And in fact, I'm not going to tell you what they are. I'm just going to show them to you. And if you'd like to guess, you can do so in the comments. This is what this is, and it opens up, and there is this little goodie inside. So I know what it is. I'll just see how practical it is. We'll see about that in a week. Next up are two items that came in this package. This one, I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to cover what the name is so that it's not super obvious. And there is a hole in the middle, okay? Make a guess on what that is. And then these, you may already know what these are. I think these are going to be super convenient, at least for me. So these are not a kitchen gadget. The other two that I've shown you thus far, this and the orange one, these are kitchen gadgets. Actually, the other brown envelope that I opened was all family stuff, so it doesn't fall into the gadget category. But we have a box, so let's see what's in the box. Okay, my efforts to hide the identification on them have fallen apart because everything's coming with a label. These are non-stick oven liners that I have heard great reviews on, but I will try them for a week and see how they are. This looked very handy. It is a whisk that goes flat and then twists to become like a regular whisk. So we'll see about that in a week. And then last but not least, we have a fork that attaches to the rim of a pickle jar. If you are a pickle eater and you love to just dip into the pickles, but there's never a fork around, this is the tool for you. So, since we're identifying what things were, this little orange thing that I showed you early on is a hard-boiled egg keeper, and this is a little seasoning shaker to go on your hard-boiled egg. And then this is a different type of garlic peeler. And then the last item are the multi-purpose cable clips, which I have a distinct need for. We'll see just how well they work. I'll check in with you in a week. Well, it's another week later, we're another week older, and I'm wondering if I'm another week wiser when it comes to these small, inexpensive gadgets from Amazon. Actually, I was quite surprised with how well some of them worked. So let's start with the little orange hard-boiled egg keeper. Now, this actually surprised me because it does hold nicely, the egg, and if you were using it for a school lunch, for instance, you'd want to peel the egg, but works fine, peeled or unpeeled. But then I thought, well, the salt shaker or spice shaker is not going to have big enough holes perhaps, or when you put it in, it's going to, if it gets knocked around in the lunch pail, salt is going to be everywhere. But it really doesn't do that at all. In fact, it has a very small stopper right here that comes onto the top of the shaker and keeps the salt inside. So I was surprised. I don't know that I will use this myself very much. It might be a giveaway for somebody in my focus group, I'm not sure, but if you have small children that you want to give some protein to and they're taking a school lunch, this might be a good option. Now let's take a look at the garlic peeler. The garlic peeler was a bit of a disappointment. It has a large hole at this side and then a small hole here. And the whole idea, of course, is that you're going to put your clove of garlic in and you're going to put it in the large hole and then either roll it on your countertop or roll it in your hands like this. And then you poke it through the bottom end and it comes out peeled, which it did, okay? So nothing wrong with that. What I found though was that it really is an odd shape to be rolling. If you've ever had one of the silicone tubes that are, that's its intention as well, is just you put the garlic in and then you roll it either in your hands or on the countertop. I just found this shape rather disconcerting. I don't know of any reason why it's perforated like this and has all these layers. I think it's supposed to look like a garlic, which it does, but according to the dishwasher in our household, it's hard to clean. So I would recommend you just get one of those silicone tubes. This was a bit of a disappointment. Now, I had high hopes for this one. This is an adjustable, expandable whisk. And how it expands is simply by twisting the handle, and it turns into a whisk. And then when you twist it back, it actually snaps in place, and then it can lay flat for storage. Or I used to have a whisk that was basically flat, and it was helpful for if you were stirring gravy or something like that, where you want to stir, you don't want to whisk in air necessarily, you just want to stir. This is going to be a great dual purpose whisk for that use. So handy to store easily, and then easy to turn it into a real-time whisk. I was not disappointed with this one. I know I'll get a lot of use out of it. I still haven't had a chance to use this in a real baking situation, but this mat just slid in so easily and was exactly the right size, and I think it's going to be great, especially since it doesn't have any harmful chemicals associated with it. And then remember I said one of the packages was family items, not necessarily kitchen gadgets. But there was something in there that I have been looking for and wanting for a long time. It's been on my Amazon wish list for a long time. Can you tell what it is? They're Kuchengrate. I'm not saying that with the right accent, I'm sure. But this is a crepe spreader, and the handle just goes in like this. And then I wasn't sure when I took this out of the package what exactly this is, but this is the lifter to get the crepe out of the pan. If you would like to see me make some crepes, which I became an expert first time out of the gate. It is so easy with this little spreader. So if you want to see me make crepes in a different video, put a comment down below and we'll see how many people do. And that might be the topic of a video. Now, let's move into the office. There are a couple gadgets in there that I want to show you. Well, these multi-purpose cable clips, actually I bought out of necessity because when I bring my laptop into the office, sometimes I use it out in the kitchen, sometimes in the office. When I unplug it in the office, the cord just tends to roll down the back of the desk. And I looked very much like a cartoon with just going after the cord before it dropped down behind the desk. So I thought I need something that will keep the cord on the top of the desk. These were just perfect. It has an adhesive back that's, you just peel off the paper and stick it where you want to stick. You can move it to another spot if you want to. So these were well worth the price on Amazon. And here's one I almost forgot about. It was tucked away in the fridge. It's the pickle jar or condiment jar fork that stays attached to the jar. So very easy to put on, just slips over the top of the jar, and then the fork pulls out. Think about getting those olives at the very bottom of the jar and how difficult that is. This is just the thing for it. Stays on the jar, you can rinse it easily and then just snap it back onto the jar when you're done. It does come with 2 sizes of rings for the lids. So if you don't buy pickles in a jar this big, but more this size, it's got an option for that as well. I would definitely recommend this just simply for convenience. It's not something anybody needs, but for convenience or just for a fun gift to give someone, this might be a good choice. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the mini reviews. You can find other reviews of items just as fun in this video right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next week.